He is asleep.
We are
But,
live.
Yes. Well, let me find my thing. When Michael says we are live like that, let us hope we're all back in the light for a recorded session of War for the Crown on the Michael Parnaby Gaming Network. Last time the agents continued their attack against the Baron Tellus, with Morgana and Chester being strangely distracted. After a long combat, the Baron is eventually killed by Umfrey, and the agents search the estate and head back to Newtown. In Newtown, it is Nalla's diplomacy that ensures the agents are seen as heroes. There is some discussion about From being cursed, and the Baronet Vort telling Umfrey that he must slay From if the curse should manifest. I think that's after From was bitten by the Baron and injected with lots of poison, or the Baron's poison. Then the agents head to the Voynham estate to stay with the Baroness, and after some shopping, the agents are heading to the town of Soto to check on an apparent wolf problem.
And on cue.
On cue, Derek is in, just so I can delete the message. Yes.
Because that's what we need. We need Nala to do some coup de grace-ing.
Oh, look. That's Izzy's job at the moment.
Izzy's
She
job.
takes the shit out of him.
Let me just go to characters at least and free the Izzy.
It's all about the Izzy.
But yes, you are on your way to Soto. So for certainly Chester and let me see, for certainly Chester and Morgana's benefit, if you had mundane items you would like, you could add them. But I realise while you've been talking, that wasn't the write-up, is that you have ascended to 6th level, but obviously Morgana and the Chesters have not put themselves there.
Oh, that's awkward. Well, depending on which Chester, there could be handcuffs, battens, blindfolds, feathers. Quite a number of mundane items that are needed.
Yes.
One yourself, go all in.
But if it's the other Chester, he'll be staying away.
Now, I think from memory, in fact, it was at the Baronet, someone had pointed out, maybe that was a week before, that there is actually a rival for Nalla's attentions. That the Duchess Valetto Lothide has expressed an interest in Nalla. So that she may present herself at some time, but at the moment you are within the Voynham barony, having sought permission from the Baroness after staying at her estate near the town of Voynaris, but now you are on your way to Soto. Is there any questions you would like to ask? If not...
Sorry, just putting the character up.
Yeah, no, I gather that you and Michael will probably be just putting the characters up. So I said mundane items just at cost from the local village, if there's anything you think you need.
Yep. No, I have my +5 Ring of Wishes, so it's all good.
But as you write in, anyone who has perception can make a perception check.
Is it day or night, Chester?
It is daytime at the moment as you ride along. And Morgana, perhaps as you ride along, you notice that you come into Soto, and maybe the brief bit of work you've done as the Baroness, you in your own barony, you just feel that there should be more cattle here, that there's a lot less cattle than you would expect. And that's all. That's just with your keen eye. You think, hey, I would have expected there'd be a little bit more head of cattle here.
Esther, there should be more cows.
Yes.
Cattle deficiencies. Interesting.
Yes, that is true. But you arrive, and one of the ones who obviously seems like they are the elder. And he introduces himself as Belot and says, "Travellers, what brings you to our town of Soto?"
Who's the diplomatic one? That's you, isn't it, Frome?
It's me, apparently.
Yeah,
Now,
it'd be Nala. I was about to say
Nala,
Nala, but I know Nala had AFK'd.
So I'm sure we covered it when I wasn't here, but why did we rock up to the town?
You had heard there is a problem with wolves, and
That's right.
you have chosen to come here. I think you were thinking of going to the Gambus, the town that had been abandoned in the Tellus barony, but you didn't want to face any more spiders.
Do you want to say hello to Alicia while she's watching?
Hi,
Hey,
Leisha.
Alicia.
good evening, young lady.
She sent me an image, Andrew, of the message I sent you in with the whisper. I
Yeah,
forgot she could see that.
It's right after the one that Cole sent me, which wasn't too dissimilar to your message. So
So
together.
I need to be watching the stream so I can see what the messages are.
No, you're not allowed
It's
to
the
watch
easiest way to do it, yeah. But
It's
you should.
certainly easy when you're a player, Glyn, but when you're actually playing in a module that Mick is running, then you get to see his GM screen on the thing.
Yeah, Andrew.
Actually, I shouldn't have said that because Glyn probably will look at it. No, he won't need to because he won't read the module anyway.
Yeah, that's true. He will be correcting my my choices. Oh, don't forget they've got this item. Oh, really?
That's right. You'll be clicking through in real time, and Glyn will be saying, "No, Michael, I think you should just go over there. Look at that one there. Tell us about that bit."
I would do that, Michael.
What was it? Wasn't it something about straw hobgoblins or something? I can't even remember. Up on a balcony.
It wasn't even my fault. I didn't even mean. Just Michael posted that on to everyone.
Did not.
And then after I'd read it, he goes, "Oh, don't read that." Oh, sorry. I'll just turn off my brain.
No, he read the whole thing even after I said that.
Oh, as if.
Oh.
That's about what I always say about all those pictures I see on Michael's OnlyFans site. Once seen, can't be unseen. But it's just so mesmerising, I can't help myself.
Yeah, you fear to look, but you cannot look away. Thank you,
Yeah.
Millhouse. Millhouse the wise.
So Belot says, "You look fairly armed to the teeth, mercenaries to be here. We don't want no trouble in Soto."
It's not trouble that comes for you today, but rather an opportunity to make wolf pelts. We hear there's been some attacks.
He says, "Oh no! I think that's been overblown by the accountants who sit penny pinching everything. We're getting by. We're doing all right. We may not be quite as profitable as we used to be, but we're still meeting all our commitments. I think we're okay. We really nothing to see here. Time to move on." Sorry.
I'm sensing his motive.
Go for it. You think he is clearly covering up for something, and they are obviously hiding something.
From his demeanor, can I determine whether he is afraid or just like covering up, like guilty type of covering up?
You think, there is certainly some fear, and it's like a strong desire to get you out of here.
I'm gonna have a bit of a look around to see if there's anyone obviously watching us.
Yep, sure. Make a perception check.
My perception. And I'm making it I'm flying casual.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking around, but you don't see, you don't see anyone who's like staring like a ranger with a pipe staring out from a window or something like that. None of that sort of shit's happening here. But Belot just, he says, listen, we're a small little hamlet. We can't sort of cater for the likes of bold adventurers such as yourselves. Really, we've got a little bit of food we could perhaps share with you, but I think you'd find far better pickings elsewhere than our little Soto.
I ask From to continue this conversation, and while that happens, I'm going to discreetly try and cast Detect Thoughts on him.
Well, From.
Sure. From's like, interesting. Do you have a temple around, or a church, or a holy building? Out of interest.
Well, we've got our chapel where we pray to many gods and points at, and it's this dilapidated wooden building, but it's for a town this size. It's what you'd expect from, and he says you're welcome to use that. I wouldn't get between anyone and their god.
Praise Angrad. Praise Angrad.
And he says praise Abadar.
Weird pronunciation, but okay.
Different god.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yes. Sorry. Of course. Yes.
Look at Nala and raise an eyebrow.
Now you're going to need to make a stealth check, I think.
Oh God!
Since you're attempting to cast surreptitiously. So, Belot, from you talking to him, suddenly his eyes go wide and he looks. Spellcaster, no, you can't do that here. We don't want none of your kind here. Don't turn us into a newt.
A newt?
And he backs away quite scared from you.
He turned me into a newt, but I got better.
And you certainly notice, Nala, that has brought the attention of everyone else in the town looking in your direction as if, part between anger, part between fear.
Alrighty.
I mean, I would have thought that if someone was listening, they would not say just hi. They would say, I am the law.
No, definitely not. Did I get anything out of that, or he blocked my Detect Thoughts?
Well, I guess it's it depends whether you want to proceed. So you would know casting can be seen as very rude, and you've basically started, and as soon as you start, this is the reaction that you're going to get. So you can complete it, but expect that you're probably going to have everyone not being happy with you in the town. Because you did not, and here is your role to see how obvious you were when you were casting.
Oh, bugger.
That's with your bonuses.
I'm going, what the hell are you talking about? I've been on a long journey and I'm working my vocal cords. I'm a cleric, don't you know?
Well, we don't want any of that sort of business here. Look, and he looks back at you. You're welcome to use our chapel, but please, we're just a small hamlet. We don't want no funny business, and we're not looking to be involved in this loyalist versus imperialist sort of warfare that's going on.
All right, I'm going to try and do something diplomatically, so I'll just do the roll and then say some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely understand. I do not believe Nala was trying to do anything. We have been on the road quite a lot, and we are looking for a place to rest and also to investigate. We've actually been asked to come here to investigate what's going on with the wolves. You don't sound very happy to have us here, which means we're not going anywhere.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Remember, we're not here to hurt you or make things worse.
Okay. Well, look, you can stay in a place. Follow me, and he leads you to a very small sort of shack that is basically right on the outskirts of town.
Mm-hmm.
Looks in poor condition, and he says, "This was Farmer Tulau's farm, but look, he died, and we haven't done anything with it. But at least it's a roof over your head. If you can make do with that for the night, use the temple to pray as you must, and we'll bring you what little food we can share before nightfall, and again at daybreak."
Thank you, kind sir. That is fantastic. We look forward to continuing to work with you to help solve any issues you have.
Oh no, we have no issues. We're all good here, thanks. Reactor leak. Just give us time to shut it down. All good.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, just sort of let him walk away a little bit and turn around to the party when he's out of earshot and say, "So, what do we reckon about that?"
He's possessed by a kumquat.
Okay.
So,
It's kumquat May.
Oh, Jesus.
what would you like to do? Let's say it's lunch. You know that there's going to be food brought to you, probably at 4 or something for tea or dinner. It's not a large town.
Yeah, so we're able to observe the comings and goings of everyone from this particular shack.
They've stuck you right on the outside, so you can see the other buildings closest to you, but not really on the far side, or the side that you came in.
What time of day is it?
Well, it's about lunchtime.
All right. Is there much cover to move surreptitiously?
To a skilled practitioner, probably yes, given there's buildings, there's trees, bits of fences, rocks and stuff. To a degree, there's still obviously fields and there's animals you could arguably hide behind. So it really depends, but it's up to you.
Does this sound like a job for Ninja Izzy?
Probably. And From might walk very obviously to if there's anyone watching with the concept of maybe getting their attention and just walking along, he'll go to the chapel.
Yep.
And sort of have a nose around.
Nala will head with you, and Izzy will do her Kaiser Soze and surreptitiously move around looking for shit that's out of place.
You can make a perception check, Izzy, and I guess Nala and From you have ended up at the chapel. I imagine back in the building, Umfrey is probably playing with Dogbio, and Chester is nervously waiting nightfall.
No, what? Just to find a nice hole to hide in.
Oh, I can help you there, Chester.
I don't want to hide in your hole. Not again.
Yes, yes. Well, you might well get told the story of Terity and the slag giant, and what hole Terity managed to hide in.
And tickle.
Yes, exactly. Much to the distress of Terity's companions that night. Izzy, you don't notice anything else. But yes, what about the Nala and From? Are you going in the said chapel? Is only one of you going in? Are you going anywhere else?
From a sort of plan to just sort of do a walk around the outside of the chapel, just having a good look to see if we can see anything of note, and then head inside the chapel.
And ditto with Nala, except with a little bit of detecting magic.
Okay.
Except I'm not on that character, so it doesn't matter if I click the detect magic yet. Why's it not working?
Right. Well, Izzy, yes, you haven't noticed it, but Nala, you could perhaps Nala and From make your own perception checks. From has so.
These stained glass windows are here from last week. They depict the Virgin Torag.
Little toe rag.
I'm trying to bait From with his heritage.
Yeah.
Tisk.
Nala, Izzy's obviously gone off in a different direction. You notice some of the, after let's say it's maybe mid-afternoon when you're still walking around with this. You notice that Belot and a couple of other villagers are leading 3 goats sort of out to the outskirts of the town on the opposite side to where you are being living.
I nudge From and go, three head of bleating barons. Where do you reckon that they're going?
Don't know.
I think they go off yonder. Shall we surreptitiously wander to the middle of town, keeping them in distant eyesight?
But keeping Nala's eye contact on me, just quietly leaning, going, there's a cloaked figure watching us from under a tree. I can't place where they're from. They seem familiar. They seem to glow a bit.
Oh, that's easy. I think Chester had a way with her, and she's now pregnant.
Sure.
Don't believe me.
It's amazingly fertile.
Shall we? Did we want to try and find Izzy to get her to try and follow these goats, or shall we just sort of casually walk along and be as stealthy as we can't be? Or would you like to follow them and I'll stay here?
I think blending in might be safer than particularly you trying to stealth.
That is a thing.
Yeah.
So Izzy's obviously gone off searching and hasn't picked something up. Nala, you've picked up these goats. So are you and From heading after the people with the goats, or?
I want to. Blah, blah, blah. Reading. I am going to cast message to basically try and get it to Izzy. So, level 6, so 600 foot. Oh, 160 foot. Damn it, not 600 foot. Is she within 160 foot of us?
Oh, I'm sure. Let's assume Izzy is.
Yep. How far away is the glowing, cloaked figure of doom under the tree?
Well, you look in that direction, Nala, and you don't see anyone.
Okay, how far away is the tree?
Let's say 150 feet.
Alrighty. I mentioned to Izzy that we seem to be surveilled, and wondering if she can potentially use her super stealth to monitor the person near that tree who, according to From's eyes, is glowing slightly, which could mean they're evil.
Yeah, and what are you and From doing?
I will also let her know that we're going to surreptitiously, very obviously, but kind of blending in, head into the middle of town to try and get eyes on the other side of town where 3 goats are being
Led towards.
pastured.
Right.
Sounds fair.
Yes, because, From is a dwarf in full plate,
Mhm.
Decked out with shitloads of equipment and a great sword. Not really someone who's going to blend in a small hamlet.
Yeah, so it might be better for Nala to go one way and From to go the other way, and From to be more of the, hey, look at me. The distraction, as it were.
He is the distractor.
Mm-hmm. The Distractifier Rex, as it were. So like he could go to the left, we'll say, and sort of just walk along and nod and smile and yes, and sort of praise Angrad this and wave to people and nod and just sort of basically not be quiet, not be subtle, but just walk around having a look but towards the other side of town.
As you do that, I'm going to be a little bit away from you, but because I'm a cleric, I'm going to go looking for some young kids to talk to.
Okay. And now are you holding out like boiled lollies while doing that or anything,
I think I'll just be playing with a couple of.
Oh, no, don't finish that sentence. All right, so you've headed off. Now, let's say you notice that they tie the goats up to a tree on the outskirts of town. And then as they come back, Belot says, "Oh, Nala, yes, we'll bring you must be hungry. We'll bring the food straight to you so you can get an early start to dinner. You must be famished. Yes, come with us, and I will tell my companions here to get the food, and I'll take you back. Let's get set up for dinner straight away."
As he's approaching, but still out of earshot, I shoot another message off to Izzy. The 3 goats are pegged outside of town, and suitably restrained, but not for your enjoyment. But so you might want to keep an eye on them to see what I'm guessing devours them. She goes, "Yeah, yes, take us."
Okay, so
Sounded just like Ash. That was amazing.
you found that the tree. You just found that general area was a bit warm. That's all you'd notice was different. Like it was. You just normally under a tree you'd expect you'd be cooler, but it just felt a lot warmer where you had been directed, and now obviously Izzy, you're being redirected to this area where you can hear the bleating goats. There's a lot of others around, but you certainly can narrow in to watch that. I assume that Nala, you are going back to where you're staying with the rest of your companions.
Yeah, except I deliberately try and lead the bigot around the other side of the shacks away from.
Fair enough. Now, From, I think you will no doubt you will no doubt eventually bumping into someone who will direct you back to the shack and say, "Look, it's meal time. Your other companions should be back there." Yes.
Okay.
But it's not quite dark yet, so Daychester is still in operation when you return.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is Izzy? Izzy's just watching and will make Izzy's own mind up depending on what Izzy sees.
Yeah, no worries. Just pulling out a dagger, cleaning my nails. Got a little dirty, all the creeping.
Let me finish typing this message. Hopefully this will make some kind of sense. Now, Izzy, when you see something that might be as it gets to nightfall and you get into dusk, I think the rest of you guys will have finished eating. And what is Izzy going to do if Izzy sees something that is interesting?
Ah, I can take it. Or run away.
Yes, so you would then return to your companions?
Are you meant to have sent me something?
I am about to.
Okay. Look, I'm probably gonna just sort of stay there monitoring the situation as long as it makes sense to.
Well, I guess it depends on how long you'd like to stay there for.
So what, they're just sitting around bleating, are they?
They are bleating. Everyone can make perception checks. Izzy, you can get +4. Yes, well, perhaps because Chester is currently undergoing a transformation, the rest of you hear, and Izzy a lot closer, the howling of wolves.
Upon hearing the howling of wolves, From remembers something from his initial training, and especially because of Angrad, and he remembers, wolves don't like fire. So we should utilize that when needed. And then looks dead at Naylor and says, "Can you cast Fireball yet?"
No, but I do have a potato masher that can create a little bit of a boom.
Whatever works. We need flames. And with that, he starts sort of looking at creating a.
Oh, you've moved away. If that's you, Colin, you've moved away from your.
No, the mic just got unplugged. That was great. Well done, dipshit. From starts sort of rummaging through the gear, saying, "We got oil, didn't we? Was there oil? I'm sure there was oil. How can we make this into weaponry or?"
Well, I'm sure at that point, Chester Rothbottom appears, and you find that all the oil's been used to slick back Chester's hair, and you're like, or
That's
perhaps
not
for
what
other
the oil's
purposes
been
that we
used
don't
for.
know.
Yeah, I'm saving some of that to cover Morgana's bodice.
So at nightfall, Chester Rothbottom, or the different Chester Rothbottom, or Rawbottom as some may say, has appeared. You have heard the baying of wolves. Izzy, what has Izzy done? Derek?
How far away from them is Izzy?
I'm going to assume you are some significant distance. They're like 200 feet at least.
Yep. 3 wolves gonna withdraw stealthily.
Yep. Yeah, you're far enough away that's you're still really on the in the town area itself. This is on the outskirts, on the opposite side to where you are. Still not a big town, so not that far away.
Yep.
If you're returning to the others,
Yep.
I mean, other than realizing you haven't eaten, unlike everyone else, you can, decide what your next course of action is.
3 big ass wolves scrounging down those goats you sent me to watch. What do you want to do, From?
Is it a full moon by chance?
No, not. No, it is not.
No. So did the information about the having less livestock in the area on the way in make it through the whole party, or?
Well, it definitely did. I commented at length about the number of cows.
Excellent. Just wondering because From's sort of doing maths in his head, and he's considering that there's less than they're here. They've led these over, and the wolves are coming down. There's something more nefarious happening here. Maybe we need to go kill some wolves. Follow them
We
back to
love
their
killing wolves.
and follow it back, or we can try and follow them back to their den to see what's happening.
It'd probably be better if we killed them and we don't find that there's an additional 3 at their den when we get there.
Would it be possible to
Good
track
call.
them after we kill them?
Oh, Chester.
Yes.
Looks like all the blood's now going to one of your heads.
I'm holding some in reserve. Morgana's a hard woman to please.
Obviously, as I look you up and down.
Would you like to see my tool? My implement of Morgana's excitement?
Doom. Oh.
Implement of crotch destruction.
Oh. Ha.
Not only her crutch, she likes the
Oh,
back door.
Well,
And
there you go. I'm so glad you didn't come up with a name Vag Basher or something, because that's just rough.
Oh,
Yeah, but Colin, aren't you painting on the side of your wagon, Pussy Wagon, or something like that?
No, lolly. It's a lolly van, not a pussy wagon. That's so lowbrow. Fuck.
Oh, gee.
Well, let's get to slaying these wolves so I can get to slaying Morgana.
I'll glue a hole up.
If you do that, she's still got other orifices I can make good use out of.
Morgana, never get polymorphed.
Oh, Chester.
Yes, my love.
He's such a funny guy.
So, yes, if you head out,
Head out and led by Easy through the dark to the bad spot.
Cast light on Izzy.
You miss.
That is interesting. So anyway, I'll talk about this with Michael later. It's just a technical thing about FGU.
Wouldn't have happened in Foundry.
Oh no! Oh shit! I've done. Yeah, no, actually, it's my misunderstanding. In fact, it has done the right thing. That's excellent. All right, let me bring most of you guys on. Now, I think Umfrey is going to explain that, in fact, Dogbio needs his special attention at the moment, and so he will stay back with Dogbio. But if you're really in strife, he gives
Dogbio will come and rescue us.
he gives you Nala a whistle to say, blow this whistle, and Dogbio will know that you're in dire need, and I will come to your attention. Come to you.
Oh, God. Yeah. Are we on the map? Or is
You
it just
are
one
going to
thing?
be on a map. There we go.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I realise one of the things I do need to change. Let me do that. Given it's night time. Actually, I take that back. You're in the village area. There's going to be torches keeping it light enough. There we go. If you could, I think at that point you can see at least one wolf, and so we can roll initiative to determine what you're going to do next and whether they see you. Who have we got there? From, Dame, Izzy, and Nala. So we just, need Chester, Brothbottom. Excellent. Izzy. Think.
This is going to delay till probably after prom.
Yep, after from. So you're going to go in 7, which makes it Dame Morgana's go.
Well, with my newfound powers, I will haste everybody.
That sounds unreasonable, but yes. Chester.
Oh.
You can come faster than normal now, Chester.
Or quite the opposite. I could fuck faster. Make you orgasm quicker. Shall we bring the reins? Chester.
The rains in Spain.
The rain in Spain.
Falls mainly on my face.
Yes.
So I will. The map's locked.
Oh, is it? What a bugger. Hopefully it's not now. Dear Chester.
Chester will move to there, ready himself, and say, with Morgana's love fueling my strikes, I am unstoppable. And he does a whip with his sword.
Right, well, let me just make it a bit easier for me to see where you are then, indeed. Oh, that's not helping. Is that going to help? Does it darker? I find a hue that works better. Maybe that one.
I'm not sure why I'm so damn big compared to the... Oh, map's gone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that wasn't just me.
What did happen then?
I didn't do it.
Oh, yeah. So maybe I hit a button that was stop sharing. Oh, perhaps I did.
Oh,
Now I have to resize the bloody thing.
Sorry, apologies, guys. That was me wanting to adjust the grid so it would be more visible.
I can see the grid. It's nice and visible. Thank you. Okay.
This one moves to here and starts howling.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Do I see Morgana's nipples get erect? I know how she likes to be howled at.
Nala.
Nala says, "Let's cheat and hug the edge of the map." As
That's the edge of the world.
exactly. As a shot rings out to Wolfie 2.
Oh, gee, and you've hit it. I mean, normally you roll a 1, but this time you got 2 1s together.
Don't jinx me. Oh, you
That's so rude.
Yeah.
That's so
well, if the wolf could speak, it'd say that's just a flesh wound.
Hey, it's an arrow to the knee. Watch out.
I'm
Might
not
be
even
adventure.
sure it was that deadly.
Which square would you like From to be in? That one or that one?
You can choose.
I'll be that one. So From's literally going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 and do some stuff. Hang on, where am I at? Oh, hang on. Oh, shit, no. Ignore that. Fucked up.
Insta-kill. Good work.
Wants to do that. Oh, can we not ignore the fucking... And then second attack, obviously, because that 14's not a hit.
Don't get a second attack.
Oh, no, I don't, because I didn't... So ignore me. He runs in, takes a swipe, and just looks at them.
Wait, no, your first... From's your first hit... Yeah, you hit once.
Did I? A 14?
No. He's going off.
No, I
his first two
stuffed
rolls.
up. No, don't go off the first 2 rolls. I did them wrong.
What? So you got 21.
Yeah, just move on.
That wasn't a 26?
Cole's
I
wearing
stuffed
it.
up.
Cole's wearing it proudly.
Okay, Izzy.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Just remember, you're all hasted, so you've got an
Yes.
extra 30 feet of movement.
Good point.
Then fanging around to there and having the solo attack. Here's one I prepared earlier. In your
Because
flankency.
Because you are, in fact, hasted.
Sorry, what was that?
No, you're hasted. That's why you've got that super movement.
Yeah. So here is your flankency. In the flank.
Well, that's a hit. I think this thing will
I
not
look
last
for
long.
your lower intestines
Yes.
and tearing you a new orifice.
And you have killed that one.
Damn.
The power of Izzy.
It's all about the pizzy.
The shizzy.
Dame Morgan.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, I will move up here and I will throw the fortune hex on Frome. So, Frome, now you've been fortuned.
Chester just gives a glance at Morgana over his shoulder.
Oh, for Christ's sake. So, Frome, now you've been fortuned. Once per round, you can re-roll any ability check, attack roll, saving throw, or skill check and take the better result.
Oh, that's fantastic. And did you say we'd also been blessed?
No, you've been hasted.
Hasted. Ha. Yep. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. I like this. Praise Morgana.
It is Chester Rothbottom's go.
It's jealousy you're after, my love. Is that your turn on for today? As he moves forth.
Chester, normally you just hang with me in combats.
Well, no, wrong Chester. And that Chester tries to run away from you in combat. Chester strikes forward, force with his rapier.
That is a hit.
Then he says, in the dance of battle, Morgana leads my heart as the sword finds its mark.
It's a bloody good, yeah. Pretty good shot. 1. Well, maybe it goes for the smaller target that it thinks it might be able to strike out at, being Izzy. Gosh, that wasn't the number, and it seems to be hopeless. This one naturally goes for Chester. Jeepers misses as well. Nala.
Noah is carefully aiming past Chester's right ear. Oh! And goes
Yeah.
past his left ear.
Oh,
Is
my
a
back. What the...
So when it comes to haste, standard action shoot, move action reload, do I get another shot?
No.
Okay. But I can move.
What, have you got a crossbow, have you?
Yes.
Yeah, it probably doesn't help you with a crossbow that much, except for the movement.
Mm.
I might head down here, literally just to give Chester moral support.
Cool. So with haste, I can move attack. Yes. Yes.
No,
5 feet you can move.
you can
Yeah.
move 5 feet. Yeah.
Do the 5 feet move and then 2 attacks.
Yep.
This one's
cool.
mine, says Izzy.
Probably.
It's from Decapitate It.
That's 2 hits, and yes, I would expect that could happen, depending on what From rolls. So he's using a bloody big stick.
That's killed it for sure.
You know, it's extremely wobbly, this wolf.
Oh, no.
Oh, that. Okay, fine.
Izzy.
Thank you. 5 foot step.
I flanked.
And a swing. Is that a hit?
Yep, it's dead.
Now
Well,
it's
you
dead.
really- yeah, doesn't really matter what damage you do.
And Izzy starts bowing. Thank you. 2 from 2 again.
Storm clouds gather on From.
Morgana throws fortune on Chester
Ooh, trying to
And
even things
cackle.
up.
and cackles to keep the fortune on from going.
So what does fortune? I get advantage on attack roll?
So once per round, you can have a second roll on an ability, score, attack roll, save.
Do you have to...
Yeah, ability check, attack roll, saving throw, or skill check.
Do you have to say it before
You must
roll?
use it. Yeah, you must make it decide before you use the roll. Yep.
Okay. Let's go. 1, 2. Possible
See, my
critical.
moral support. I'm right here for you.
Critical hit and a hit.
There's a crit.
Well, you know.
And then he says, for every victory is a love letter to Morgana, signed with my blade.
I just
Great job, Chester.
He blows you a kiss.
You know, I love to see you wriggling your blade like that.
I don't want to get
wriggle. It's better for your health that you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, what do you guys do after that? Basically, the 3 goats are dead.
I go over and kiss Morgana.
That's a dead goat.
Morgana does not look like a dead goat.
Yeah, below the waist she does. Oh. From did not say that. That was purely the idiot player that is in control of From. From would never do that. From steps closer towards anti-paladin. I really got to play a righteous character who's pure and innocent and do it properly one day. It'll be amazing.
Oh, I'd love to see you try.
It'd be so fucking confusing. Okay, cool. Next character build. Kill from. No, don't.
And on that, just to interrupt the flow of this, especially for Colin, is at some point I imagine, yes, Dave Smith will be keen to run a 1 or 2 night, possibly only one on a Tuesday. If you guys are happy enough, I will try and arrange a date with him.
Yes.
For his Cthulhu thing he's been working on.
Always happy for tentacle action.
Yes, what do you do? What do you do?
Turn around to the group, ask, does anyone have skills that we might be able to find where these wolves came from?
They came from their mummy wolf.
Yes.
That would be a truth, yes.
I'm glad I could help.
So +2 on Izzy, +2 on Nala for survival, nothing trained.
Yeah, technically we could just try and do a survival roll to see if we can track or see. Or we could just walk and perceive.
Now it is night time at the moment. If you are suggesting you want to head out while it's dark.
Well, that's the best time because that's when Nightchester is up and ready.
You know it.
Yeah.
As he strokes himself.
Why don't we do it?
Well, while you have this brief discussion, coming out of one of the buildings is Belot again, and he seems to be quite angry, and he's waving his arms about, and he says, you fools, you have brought doom on our village. We had an agreement. The wolves wouldn't take any more of us as long as we kept feeding them every so often. And now you have killed some of them. Halmash, the head wolf, or Halmash, the head wolf, he won't be happy. More of them will come soon, and we will be wiped out, all because of you.
What direction? What direction do they come from?
It seems easy. We have 2 choices. We could
And
kill
he
the
does
village.
point them.
We could kill the villagers, or we could hunt down the wolves for the villagers.
I like Nightchester. He's naughty.
Says Morgana because From wouldn't say that.
Where did you meet said wolf? How did you negotiate with him? We must know this.
Halmash can speak.
Yes.
And Halmash has kept his wolves at bay. He is a huge, maybe not huge in the actual sense, but this guy would say he is a very large wolf that can talk, and made this agreement with us. We were struggling. That's why we don't need your help. We had an agreement.
Well, we changed the agreement, you see.
Yes, we will renegotiate the agreement.
How did you meet him? Did he come into town and you spoke to him, or did you meet him elsewhere? Where does he hail from? How do we find him?
I don't know where Halmash comes from, but when these wolves first started attacking us, none of us wanted anything. In fact, every house here virtually has a wolf pelt from the days when we could take out the smaller wolves, but Halmash changed everything. And when he first came in, he took our best hunter and slowly ate his heart over 3 days, sending us the rest of him, and we got the message soon enough. And then we made an agreement when he came into town with his pack.
How big was his pack?
I think at least half a dozen wolves, but he alone is strong enough.
Have you met From? From is a great wolf slayer.
And Ultra is unhittable.
From raises a hand and nods, as if he's just been introduced.
And Izzy is a keen gutter of all things that bleed.
Yes, yes. Well, I knew you could be efficient, but if you fail, this village will suffer.
And we won't care because we'll be dead.
And if we succeed, this village will flourish.
With lots of wolf pelts to sell to others.
Well, you have done it now. Halmesh will exact his revenge at some point, one would think, in the next few days or week.
Can we?
Unless, of course, you can find his place, his cave.
You have any good trackers in town? We could use someone who could help us find where his cave is. They wouldn't
I
need
don't
to fight at all. We just need someone to lead the sort of way, because apparently our tracking isn't that great.
Oh, I can't imagine anyone from here wanting to get involved. But I noticed you had a dog. Surely the dog can just follow the scent.
Esther's not that ugly.
I didn't mean your companion, an actual dog who's back there in the shack sniffing that dust stuff. Dogbio.
Did you just call me a dog, Morgana?
No, I said you weren't a dog.
I liked it. As he grabs a nipple and he twists it on himself. I woof you.
Well, you guys can, I guess, either try and head out at during the dark. Let me say, who's asking then? Who was? I think it was you, Morgana, wasn't it? Who was asking about a village? Someone in the village to help track.
Morgana asked that.
Well, you should make a diplomacy roll because I guess
because that'd be fucking funny. Yes, I just was wondering whether to put Morgana's diplomacy up from -1 to 0. The diplomacy, there it is.
Would you allow me to assist Andrew?
Oh, please do.
Sure.
He says sure because I rolled like 2 or something.
Yes, well, so Morgana, you actually think you might be being persuasive, but Chester comes over and starts licking your ear, and it seems to detract from your performance.
Did you say yeah?
Something. But the rest of you, being Izzy, Nala, and From, do get the view that this village of Soto may well have at least someone who could help track the wolves, I should say. You just might need someone who's a bit more persuasive.
Should we just try with Dogbio first?
Yep.
Okay, Izzy whips out the whistle. The wolf whistles, staring Morgana up and down.
What the?
All right. Yes. No. Dogbio arrives with Humphrey
On his back?
on his riding. No, I don't think it's a ride. He can't ride it.
Oh.
You see, Dogbio's eyes are all wild and wired as Humphrey's hastily putting a packet of powder that you expect was the stuff that you got the charioteer night that Dogbio so enjoyed back in his belt pouch.
Cocaine. I explained to Humphrey, who understands with great clarity that we need Dogbio to lead us in the correct direction to hunt down the remaining 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 wolves.
Yes. Well, he does so. So let's assume if you guys are heading out now at night, you after a few hours, you hear the sounds of wolves baying, and Dogbio gets even more excited, and you feel you must be close, and that perhaps you should be making perception rolls to find in the thick wooded area where exactly their base is.
Perception. Perception.
We got it. No, we missed. Oh no, we have got from there. So let's assume that Nala is able to find the what, and it, you can now see there's some bones. There's a bit of Dogbio gets excited by some where the wolves have perhaps marked the entrance to where they need to be. I will add you guys on as you walk down towards here. Let me put Dogbio maybe off to the side with
And
Frank.
in consistent fashion to lots of things I do, I am going oogly boogly boo, casting a light spell on Humphrey.
Right, so Umfrey you expect is hanging back.
Oh,
but
okay.
yes,
Usually he's
If
up the
you-
front because he can't freaking hit him.
yes.
From, are you okay if I light you up?
Feel free.
Alrighty. It's unfortunately not fire. I know you're into that.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. And you can probably all roll initiative.
Oh, 20. Jesus. What is that?
Mind you, given it is
Ah.
nighttime, I might do that.
And it's a cave.
So it's just a very heavily wooded area. So you probably, you might find you'd have to cut your way to get through the trees and the thickets and everything into
How come
this
we can't
den.
see with people with light on them?
Because we have put light on them.
Someone has
I have.
light. From has light, and when I click on from,
And I just put it on them.
Oh,
yeah. Well, I click on from, and he seems to have light.
I can't see from.
I can't see from or
I
Humphrey either.
reshare. I reshare the record. Does that make a difference to you?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yep.
That's better.
Yeah.
That lit up like a candle.
In the wind.
So let me drop back to 1. People have rolled. It's still going to be Dame Morgana on an initiative of 43.
That was a good roll.
Take it away. You perhaps, if you can't see them, then you can certainly hear the snarling is not very far away.
Isn't that just Chester?
In fact, maybe Halmesh even calls out, "Who dares disturb the pack of Halmesh?"
From of the flame retardant, order of burning wolf pelts.
Then from you shall die.
From your mouth, a blade shall appear.
Holy shit. Every single character of mine seems to get just chucked out. Just like, oh, yeah, we're here because of him, or we're here because of him.
So, okay, Andrew, I'm going to throw fly on myself.
Yes.
Fuck right off.
So that means we
And
turn into a half fly, half witch Brundle fly.
no, it just means I go. I'm going to fly 20 feet up in the air. Obviously, I don't go straight up because that would,
So to fly roll.
I'd have to do a fly roll, so I'll just do a bit of a looping circle to go up 20 feet in the air.
Are you taking Chester with you?
I don't believe so. He is more effective underneath me, as he knows.
Yes. Nala.
If we want to cause the slip and slide.
I'm going to. So there's bones and stuff around, correct?
Yes. I mean, the odd few bones.
I'm going to pick one up at my foot, cast light on it, and chuck it forward. Can I do all of that? Like chuck it?
Well,
Down that
I
way.
imagine you cast it on a bone right next to you and then you pick it up and fling it.
Yeah.
What will that do from that area?
It'd light up that type of area. So if you
Yes,
drop a token there and add light to it, that'll.
That's what I'm wondering if I can put. Let me put Dogbio about there. Can you see
I
that?
can drop some light on him.
Yeah, put it on Dogbio. Obviously, Dogbio's not there, but
You're abandoned, Dogbio.
Oh,
so if you throw the bone, Dogbio may chase it, pick it up, and run away with it.
low light vision's kicked in.
Yeah. That's good improvement. All right, I've rolled the turn.
So I think you see this guy standing there in the light, looking like an unusually large wolf has an evil, almost intelligent light shining in its deep red eyes. No, it is not undead.
Definitely undead.
Is he?
It's got red eyes.
Izzy's looking to. Oh no, there was no one for delaying till after From again.
So you'll go in 7.
From's making decisions.
No, never.
Hey, Andrew, have you actually got an effect you can add to Morgana to make her fly, where you can type in like the how far she's in the air or anything? Or
Have I got an effect for? That's actually
Add it to your name, Glenn.
Just add it anyway, but
look, I know I could do that, but I actually thought that there might be an effect these days. Because there is in Foundry, so I just assumed, there would be in Fantasy Grounds.
Short of just writing fly 20 feet.
Okay,
does that
that's
show
fine.
up for you? Can you see? I added it to Chester, so he's probably not flying at 20 feet.
That's okay. I can add it to Morgana's name. That's fine.
We don't have to do it. Well, I can just add it as an effect. Fly 20 feet. There we go. That's on Morgana.
Okay.
But it is
Thanks.
Chester Rothbottom.
Helmish, what's your story? What brought you to this area?
He's a bard, of course.
Food.
That's interesting. I gave you a chance to explain yourself. Time you must.
You'll explain yourself in my belly.
Aha, that's where you've gone. You've gone wrong. I've heard you like hearts, and I don't have one. It belongs to another.
That was almost romantic. That was almost romantic.
That's very good.
It gave my heart a bit of a boner. That was good.
I look
From did not say that. That was Chester. That was Day Chester talking about Night Chester.
Well, Night Chester looks up to see if Morgana did get a boner.
Fuck, I've got to shut my mouth. So, what's his name? Halmash, whatever. He's just being like completely aggressive and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. An full-on alpha wolf in every sense.
Well, I want to get out in front of 5, 10, 15, 20 of my party. So, dodge bonus AC monsters of no, okay, cool. And he'll just move to there and like basically roar to try and goad him into attacking from instead of anybody else.
Intimidate.
Mm.
Yeah, look at you with the intimidate. No, I need to do an intimidation roll, don't I?
Yeah.
I knew there was a thing I had to do. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Hmm. Well, I mean,
Didn't
the
go well.
intentions are good from. Here's where it came out. It might just be a little bit more like a squeak.
Meow.
Oh,
Well,
poor
look,
From.
If From sounds like a pussy and this just giant wolf wants to rip him apart, that still works.
Still
That's
works, yeah.
Part of, yeah, it's all good. Just a bit effeminate than he expected.
Easy.
Given the courageous bellowing that didn't actually occur, 5, 10, 15. I'm going to move to there,
Fire.
and if anything comes in, very trying to swing.
Was that Chester calling out Fireball to Nella?
Maybe.
Or was it From? One of the two.
Fireball. Pussy, said Chester.
Every cleric can cast Fireball.
Well, clerics worth their salt anyway. Oh, he's a little puppy. That bites him.
Miss. It was on a 19 and it rolled over. Rolls a 1. That is just
Bites
crap.
itself. Tag team back again.
Yep, well, that was doubles. That was a 2.
Front line from.
Well, From stands tall as they just don't seem to be able to affect him.
See, he put him off with his meow.
Game Morgana.
Interesting tactic from.
I think so. Mwahaha.
You're doing the dwarf thing. Bring your pretty face to my sword.
What Nala just said yes. 100%.
Do what Morgana. We could do with the extra attacks.
Do what? Oh, I only had one haste spell. I've only thrown it today.
What the?
You're
That was a
gay.
bit hasty.
It's my new spell.
And you used it on that piddly battle?
We didn't know at the time it was going to be that piddly battle, did we? So I could either vomit a swarm of spiders on them,
It's the best.
or
As long as the swarm doesn't affect us.
no. It just do as it's told. It's a good swarm. Or I can. Who wants some fortune hex?
Fortune cookies.
I don't believe you need to even ask that question.
No. Okay, I throw fortune hex on Chester.
He blows you a kiss.
I must make an effect for fortune hex.
An extra 5 minutes of foreplay for you.
Sternala.
I think this particular battle deserves a little bit of divine inspiration. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. I think,
Therefore, I am.
and I'll do dog bit. No, I won't do dog bit for funsies. Will, of course, it's not coded. I just got to quickly code this shit. Add an action, add an effect. P-R-A-Y. Come on. Rare.
Prayer.
So it's actually +1 on most rolls and enemies. -1 penalty.
Do we just make it up? I like it. It's a great spell.
I think I'll just go +1 allies and then -1 enemies, and I will code that in the off cycle. Alrighty, Shishwing
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes, Chester, that code I put on you for Fortune Hex doesn't actually do anything. It's just a reminder.
Ah, cool. And it happens I can do it each round. It's not like a once-off use.
Just once per round.
Cool.
And I'll put that on the enemies. Alrighty. So that's that, and then going to move up to there and turn.
Well, what is Helmish going to do? Yeah, sure. Let's run around and take the fight directly to From. Why not?
Okay, remember. Oh, actually, it doesn't get the -1. Damn it. But is a armor class a save?
No.
Alrighty.
But it does hit From, and it does minimal damage. However, what it will obviously do is it trips From, and From is going to end up prone.
Yeah, but Frome is like an armored battle turtle, so it doesn't matter what direction is up.
That is probably very, very true. Chester.
I attack from the rear.
That's what she said.
And +1 to attack. Andrew, I'm going to use my cackly thing. So I'm going to roll twice.
Whatever Glyn said his magic fortune cookie spell does. That is a critical hit.
Awesome.
Wow.
Does prayer +1 to damage?
Yes.
Yes, it does. It should be coded.
Yes, I think it is probably coded.
Wow, that's some good damage, Chester.
And Chester says, slicing
Bloody
through foes and
unbelievable.
expectations alike.
Add action.
From. So just remember you are prone, which will obviously give you a negative if you strike from, which is already inherent from the ground.
Nah. From will stand up.
But that will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
From
well,
everyone.
from everyone around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so What's the minus? It's -4, isn't it?
But you get
Yeah.
+2 because of flanking.
And another +1 because of prayer.
Right. Mm.
So really, it's only a -1 to your base.
Prayer is already in effect. So if I just put -4, -2. So I do -2.
Yep.
-2. Yeah, that
Right,
works.
you don't need to add the -2 to you though, because Andrew's coded you as being prone. It's already
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I'll just take that shit out, and everything is good. So From's just going to chuck 2 attacks straight onto.
Do you normally get 2 attacks?
But you
Yep.
Okay.
you might need to add a +2 because you're flanking.
Yeah, that is true.
Alright, so I got +2
Good job.
and drop that there.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Bugger.
So one hit, not crit.
yeah, that is correct.
Still gonna hurt.
Yeah, not too bad.
Pretty good, not bad, pretty good.
You,
Still got to work on the getting it on fire.
Can Izzy sneak through that way? Or actually, like, tumble?
well, I think it's difficult terrain, so if you tumble, it will be quadruple, like a quarter speed. But if you try and just sneak, then it's just half speed. But
What about that square? Can Izzy attack from that square?
yes, but I think you'll get minuses. But there will be. I think because there's cover, it's not going to get an attack of opportunity at you moving there, but you will get negatives because you're attacking through basically the thicket.
So, -2.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it'll just mean the flanking won't be evident other than your natural flanking ability.
Looking to attack. Looking to tumble. That was for the tumble. And then...
Yep.
Okay, so nothing for flanking. And it should just all zero out, so... yes, not
hit.
been. Oh, hit.
Yeah, those ones are only armor class 15. What is the other one? Oh, yeah, it's a bit higher.
Then... Ah,
Did that? Oh, yeah, that did apply. Yep, all done. Right, now they continue their relentless assault on From. How the hell is that a miss? Miss. So all 4 of the junior wolves have continued to attack you From, and all have missed. So you've obviously got an impressive armor class. And we're back at Dame Morgana.
Yes. Well, Morgana will try to put Wolf 3 to sleep.
Wolf number 3.
With the slumber hex.
just so I can wake it up with my shot, says Nala.
So that would tell me that it is asleep. So
Excellent.
I can change that to. I wonder whether helpless is a better one to put.
Unconscious.
Helpless. Unconscious. Yeah, that is here, isn't it? Yep, good one. That's on number 3.
And then
Okay.
I will cackle to keep my fortune hex going on Chester.
So I guess Nala's eyes will certainly light up. Nala, with a 5-foot step, you can attack a sleeping wolf.
No, instead Dignity's barb's coming out for a shot.
I think you might have to make a will save to resist these urges. What one did you shoot at with Dignity's barb? Oh, the big one. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, you would have missed everything, so it didn't really matter.
There's a reload in there as well.
Christ almighty.
So
no, it's not going to do anything.
Strongbeard, the
Smart enough.
unhittable.
He has been unhittable. I mean, that's
when prone. When prone.
even when prone, yes.
He's laying down on the job.
That is a hit, Chester. And you have killed Halmesh.
Good
You are
job,
now
Chester.
the leader of the pack.
I fight for love, and love fights back, just like my blade.
And what is your next thing you do, Chester? Is that it's on to From?
Yeah, so From's going to continue attack from the ground. Got flanking with Izzy on Wolf 3, so he'll just drop his 2 attack.
Just hang on a second. You can just coup de grace it if you want, which gives you an automatic critical hit.
He's rolled for his 2 hits.
It's alright, I'll just take that too.
And with your first hit, you've killed it.
That's right.
And so I'm going to move 16 damage onto maybe Wolf number 1.
Sure thing.
Izzy.
Alrighty. I'm gonna look to tumble through to that square. And every day I'm stumbling.
Yep, you find that you are able to get there.
Alrighty. And let's delicately probe this one's hindquarters.
That is a hit. And you have killed that one.
Slashed its bottom out.
All right, you find this wolf does a full round retreat. I'll actually put it in the thicket somewhere up here. And the next one is going to do a full round retreat. Dame Morgana.
Oh dear.
She's flying after them. She's a witch.
Does she float?
You
Don't
see
reach
there
out of her.
a
How
much
do you know
larger,
she's which?
Leisha
a
says
much
good night.
larger.
Leisha says good night, all.
Night, Leisha.
Not leash.
Nice.
Is she sleeping on the job?
Is that what Michael's called?
Mhm.
I am a job.
He's getting a job.
Nala.
Not yet. Wait till Morgana's lying by my side.
15, 20, 25, 30. Look, I'm going to go up to the fake dog bio and prepare to shoot at anything that comes out of the shadows with the exception of Morgana because I'm not afraid of flying figures.
Yes.
I'm going to search the Haltech dog.
Helmesh doesn't have anything on him.
Cool.
Yeah, From's just going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4. Double move to there. Just to see if there's anything else hiding in the shadows.
You might want to get
Easy.
rid of prone off from.
Oh, hang on. He can't double move because he was fucking
No.
prone. So he can move to here because he gets up. There you go. See? Look at that. That was beautifully said, Michael, too. Thank
Michael's
you.
on the ball.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Nice work from. You tanked that
Easy.
battle courageously.
Izzy will just back from up.
All right, now you guys feel that with the death of Halmesh, who was so much bigger that probably the other wolves have definitely scarpered, you certainly got the impressions from the village that there'd always been wolves around in the forest, but it was Halmesh who had galvanised them into doing wrong. Morgana, you notice that in that bone pile there are some items that might be interesting.
Oh, okay, yes, I was actually going to throw a detect magic, but I will. Yes, I will go over and do a detect magic.
Well, you find some magical arrows, 13.
Do you want me to try to make a identify roll as we go?
You can.
Spellcraft. So the arrows. So what's that? Level 7, caster level 7.
So they are +1 animal bane arrows.
Oh, thanks, Gargax.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah. And I'll add these that there is a broken longbow.
That's magical, obviously.
It's not magical, no. It is not magical.
Okay.
There is no more magical. There is a masterwork plain shirt, and there is a weathered silver necklace with a hawk symbol.
These items we must return to the villagers. They belong most likely to their dead hunter.
They belong in a museum.
Did you find a heart? Oh, no.
Andrew, we're going to bring back the corpses as well for the villagers.
Yep.
For them to take the pelts.
If we... Oh, the pelts. I thought the bones you meant. And I was like, I can just consecrate this ground if you want.
I'm sure. You mark your territory as you see fit.
How long does it take?
Well,
2 hours. No, fuck that.
I can do it in a matter of seconds. And he goes zip and starts peeing on the bones.
So when you arrive back in the village, even though it is obviously in the early hours of the morning, very early hours, Belmont is there with some of the other elders, and they actually cheer when you arrive and say, "So you have survived then, and from the looks of it, you have killed Halmesh."
Yep.
Yes,
Halmesh was a complete dog.
Chester lets out the biggest laugh, fake laugh you've ever heard, and just turns, "Good one, Morgana, good one."
And they say, "You have certainly done this village a great service. We could always handle the other wolves, but it was Halmesh who was really the evil force. We should be able to turn things around now. As a token of our appreciation, let us give you this hunter's cloak for one of you to use." So I've put that in the party fund and de-identified it, or identified it rather.
Holy shit.
And they say you will be certainly known as the heroes of Soto by us, and you can always stay here. Please, we if you wish to rest out the rest of the night and enjoy a meal in the morning, we'll be grateful for the whole village to turn out to honour you.
Well, thank you. We would love to see the whole village.
You blink.
And have breakfast.
Excellent. Well, assuming that you go to sleep, I will do night's rest.
And I've gone up a level. Excellent.
No.
Cast haste twice.
I think we need to get some form of enchantment for From, so his strikes do fire damage.
And From likes this idea.
In that morning, you meet the village as a whole, and they are all exceedingly happy. And Belmont reiterates what he's already said about being welcome and being heroes of the village, and that word will travel that you have rescued us. And he says, but tell us, out of the loyalists who support Princess Eutropia, or the imperialists that support the Maxillar Pythareus, who do you favour?
See, this is really an Humphrey question.
Mm.
Most likely, but I'm sure. Well, in fact, given the time, perhaps we could end it there and put Dave in the spotlight next week to have an answer.
Agreed.
That would be most hilarious too. So, welcome. What's your answer? What are you talking about? What's your answer?
Yeah, we don't even have to ask him a question. Just tell him the answer.
I love it.
So thank you all very much, and I will catch you all next week. And except for Glenn tomorrow,
it should
and
be
maybe
Michael.
even
Yeah,
Michael.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Yeah,
gents.
I think.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, Cole.
Thanks all.